Thank you very much. What a pleasure to be back in Margate again, like I'm not here every day. And thanks for coming in. I'm going to give you a random selection. I mean, literally a random selection from stuff that from poems I've recently been performing. So there should be something for everybody. Now, it's a legal requirement when you live by the sea that you have to write poems about the sea, you know, because it's just there, isn't it? But I had the dubious pleasure of being in Cornwall the other day, and it struck me just how. Well, you'll regret that, it just comes out deeper. And it struck me just how it was the same yet very different, and the difference was all about money. It's posh and it's packed at their seaside, where the tide rushes faster than feet. Ice creams are double the prices, black SUVs are all 7 seats. There's money apparent in swimsuits, and the boards belie one weekend retreats. Children answer to nouns that aren't real names, still the sand in the wrong places is constant, with the punishment compounded by heat. If you don't like it, don't applaud it, it encourages me. So, a bit of death. You know, like how all the cliff tops have always got benches with somebody's name on it? Okay, this is about that. Shall we sit on the bench without flowers, lest we catch what they also died of? Shall we look at the same seagull skyline and flick V's at the drone we're above? Shall we speak like there's something to play for, as if anything matters at all, when we know we've already decided and our thoughts are beginning to pall? Shall we look like we're innocent parties, when the action's right here on this seat, and the flowers for the dearly departed are the closest to love we will meet? Let's just sit for a bit. This is it. No bullshit. This is about conducting an affair by WhatsApp. I mean, other messaging platforms are available, obviously. I was shown this by somebody younger than me. That's a joke, obviously. I've got the blues that show me you know, and the greys that mean you might. And now you're online, but it's not all fine with me tonight. When I see red but no reply, I see red. I want one of us to die. This audit trail of chosen words is proof of loss and debt. Unspoken words are empty promise yet. To speak out loud's too much to bear. You might understand my intention much better. Charitably, I'm going to say that's just you keeping warm by clapping. Cyclists? Any cyclists? Yeah, cyclists. You'll understand why. Cyclists who wear all the lycra. No, good. This shouldn't offend too many people then. It's a trigger warning. There's a reference to the Bee Gees in this. A peloton of cyclists, all bikes and extra chains and special pants with seats built in, filled up the high-speed train. They'd hurtled down from London and stopped before the sea, and now were going home again with curry sauce for tea. Despite their cleats and studs and socks, that ride at times was hell. But that excused the Bee Gees songs and gargling San Miguel. The banks were chips and Strava, camaraderie of men. It might not be a real war zone, but they'll fight there once again. So from lycra to love, this is called Ever Fallen. Ever fallen in really like with someone? Every Spotify song's about you. Never known such a feeling as this one in the limerence, shiny and new. When the learning is oh so heuristic, basic instinct that gnaws at your soul, yet deny that you feel this emotion when there's something that's stuck in your eye. Ever fallen in bed with someone and mistaken an organ for heart when your senses are each overloaded and you barely prize yourselves apart? When the butterfly soars and then crashes, when the butterfly opens for you, when the butterfly captures the sunshine, when the butterfly settles on you. Ever fallen in love with someone and declared your intentions are pure, when the future is open and endless, yet you end up just not feeling sure. There is no one. There is no one. But when someone arrives, eventually you sigh and lose control of your thighs. Ever fallen in love with yourself, though? The rarest sensation of all? If you can, then the promise is endless. The eventual score is love all. I'm not looking at this as a poetry. I mean, it's more of an encounter group where we kind of share our feelings and emotions in a safe space. And let's face it, we all know people we can't stand. And yet they insist on telling us their lives. And you're meant to go, oh yeah, really? Well, this is, just hold this one. This is called Ask, Don't Tell. With 9 million stories in our city, I so hope that you don't share yours, hun. With such choice, I don't know who to start with, but yours just will not be the one. If you wait long enough, someone else will inquire about yours and be interested too. But my appetite's not made of strong stuff, so I'll leave all the details with you. Love and death. I did a poem about trees the other day by mistake. So I'm not going to read that one. I don't know what happened to me. I felt, well, you can't be a real poet if you're not writing about trees. But you can. So if you're out there and you want to write poems, don't listen to the tree poet police, because, it's only a tree. This is about falling in love. I look at you and all the things you do, I think of you in my time. The difference in how and when I try is what I see in your eyes. If I should fail to please or need, you shall not die, nor will I. We do not heal weeping wounds, we grow strong hearts dead red. Let's wish on cliches, stars and moon, and find ourselves in bed. Again, we can talk about this because they're not here. There are men, certainly it's men. I don't think I've ever met a woman who meets this specification, but there's a certain segment of our society that happens to identify as masculine and has a beer belly. And they really think that some guitarists are gods. I mean, they worship them. I mean, you see them and they're just like... Anyway, go to pubs in Broadstairs if you don't know what that means. This is about that guitarist, that, stereotypical... It's called the Wah Wah Boy. Take two. The Wah Wah Boy. His job makes old men tighten flabby abs that they no longer have. Twist and gurn grey faces in ecstasy, pinch fingers to thrash and to stab. His job is now a communion. Acolytes and supplicants in worship lift on toes and song forget that they never could dance. His job has cost him his fingertips over the wires and away. Hold your breath and let it go. Listen, that's what I say. His job's a lifetime of calling, a summoning to prayer, divines a tear from near every eye, from any guitar held with care. Now, just to prove I'm down with the kids, I've got all the lingo, all the jargon, cool cats. This is about dating. Modern dating, which apparently is completely different to dating, 2 years ago. When I was young, my father said, be kind when you ask for a date. Do unto others as you'd have them do to you, and if it doesn't work out, that's just great. He could not have foreseen modern dating in a world filled with brutals and fools, where the way of the world is so painful, frustrating, and at times unspeakably cruel. Now there's roaching and benching and whelming, breadcrumbing, slow ghosting, paper clips, catfishing, work fishing, soft launching, don't forget freckling, pocketing and groundhogging. Maybe orbited, hard-launched or zombies, perhaps cuffed, kitten, fished, even haunted, could be gaslit or ghosted or Fauci'd, situation, slow-faded, love-bombed. If you don't know the modern love's argot, you are lucky, for you might have been saved. If you've experienced some of those labels, you're a modern kid. It's not your mistake. Right, 5 minutes. That's not how much longer I've got. That's just to wind up our host. It's obvious to him and me, it's famous that you want to be. No great shakes artistically, just pointed at by strangers. Of talent, merit, worthy life, your virtue is not born of strife. Just piggyback to your current wife, a stolen dog in manger. And in the end, you'll get your day and passers-by will point and, hey, there used to be someone, they'll say, but remembered, there's no danger. Right, this one, I'm going to finish with a prayer. Because, well, you know, we're all bonded together with this, but this only works in Thanet. This poem is not understood anywhere else in the world. I know I have died for my sins reading this poem. Now you know the rhythm, and you even know all the words, but you don't know the order I'm going to do them in. So just bear with me while I ask you to join me in prayer. And I would like to, I'd like to give thanks, first of all, for Ashford International and Canterbury West. This is the St. Pancras Prayer, which may be subject to strike action. For Broadstairs to travel through Herne Bay, high speed via Faversham be thy name. Thy Rainham come, strewed will be done in Chatham as it is in Rochester. Give us this day our Sittingbourne, and forgive us our Westgate, as we forgive those who Birchington against us. And lead us not into Ebbsfleet, but deliver us from Margate. For thine is the Bubble, the Chesfield and Swalcliffe, for Ramsgate and Dumpton, Gravesend. If you've enjoyed that, I have a one-man show on the 15th of December in Broadstairs at the chapel. Do come along. It's free and it's warm, and you can hear some of them again. Well, all of them actually. Thank you ever so much for your time. Enjoy the evening.